If I seem a little funny tonight, my dealer gave me a new strain of weed to try. Called it crack. I asked if that's indica or sativa. He's like, buddy, it's crack. So sativa. I don't know. I'm a drug guy. I like to learn about drugs. I like drug documentaries specifically. Netflix, Hulu, all that. I saw a documentary the other day, right? It was about a couple who tried meth for the first time. After they did it, they went out in 20-degree weather and froze to death. Yeah. I learned a lesson from that documentary. Meth is clearly a summer drug. don't want to do that. Don't want to do that in winter, apparently. I'm a weird guy, if you guys couldn't already tell. Kind of blame it on my childhood, you know. When I was a kid, I used to drink a lot, try to fit in with my parents. My parents were kind of alcoholics, but you would never bring drugs in their house. They weren't those kind of people. I mean, they were really sweet, but as soon as you brought drugs in the house, they turned into thieves. I have good memories of being a kid. I remember, playing in the backyard with my dad. Memories of him throwing me up in the air. Just don't have a lot of memories coming back down. I don't know. I really shouldn't talk shit about my dad. We accidentally lost my dad in a tragic accident. Yeah, when I was younger, he slipped and fell to another woman's vagina. That kind of ended things. I don't know. We from Scranton today? Yeah, a lot of people from Scranton. Born and raised here, grew up in Scranton. I love it. A lot of people came out in the snow. Good for you. Not afraid to drive through a 1/4 inch of ice. I mean, come on. People learn how to drive in the snow when you live in Scranton, right? I would have personally came here for dog sled by you guys. I would have put 8 Huskies on the front of my car, and I would have went right through snow. I'm very fortunate. I get to travel all over the Northeast doing comedy. Every time I'm in a room and I tell people that I'm from Scranton, they always say the same thing. The Office, right? That's where The Office is filmed, right? That's where the people of The Office is from. Now, most of us are from Scranton. I think we could all agree that there's no way that show is actually based on the real Scranton that we know and love. Because those people have jobs, right? I must have missed the episode where Dwight goes on unemployment, right? Or Jim has to bring his 3 kids to work and keep them at the daycare on the first floor. It doesn't happen in the show, when I go to big cities and stuff, they have murals of people from their city that did impressive stuff, Einstein or whatever. We have a mural of Dwight Schrute in our city. I saw a homeless guy take a shit in Dwight's pocket the other day. And you have to be a certain type of person. You have to be a real type of person to just glorify a fictional character, put big pictures of them on their wall, statues. You'd have to be Catholic. Anyway, back to my family life. I like pranking my grandma. Now, it is pretty easy. She's 90 years old. She has dementia. I get it. Low-hanging fruit. Doesn't make it any less fun. One of my favorite pranks I like to pull is when she's watching TV. I'll grab the remote real quick and I'll change the language to Spanish. Just wait until she notices. She says something to me. I look at her dead in the face. I'm like, no sé, abuela, es en inglés por mío. Just watch her brain melt out of her old ass ears. I can do it in 7 different languages. That's what the best thing Duolingo could buy. Fuck killing that bird off. That's what I used to prank my grandma. Kidding me? Another one I like to do. She has one of those Life Alert pendants. You guys know what Life Alert is? Yeah, it's one of these, it's like a necklace. It has a button on it. God forbid she ever falls and gets hurt. I'm not around. Medical attention will come and pick her up, get her back in her chair. It's a really nice thing. It's great for peace of mind. With that being said, I changed the phone number that it connects to a phone sex hotline. They say that they're coming, but nobody shows up. And I thought it was a pretty good prank. Until I realized that horny bitch was hitting that button 10 times a day. She maxed out 2 of my credit cards on phone sex hotlines. Okay, she maxed out 1 of my credit cards, but I'm not going to admit to the other. I don't know. I've always been a bad kid. I was always a bad kid growing up. I lost my virginity when I was 13 years old. True story. I realize that's kind of young, but this is my point. Yeah, look, you gotta thank you for the round of applause from Stevie Blunder over here. Bro, they have you facing the wall, right? You don't have you facing the stage. I'm not allowed to say those. When they put the sign out, I'm a good boy. You understand that, right? Anyway, lost my virginity when I was 13 years old. It's a great story. I'll never forget it. My girlfriend at the time, she's like, Ryan, my parents aren't going to be home for 10 minutes. We can get this done. I'm like, honey, I only need 5. Folks, that lasted 1 minute, okay? Okay, but I did get the job done, right? 1 minute. As soon as I finished, we heard a car pulling up and the door opening. And we thought it was her parents coming home, but even worse, it was her older brother. And he is a music police officer. I'm nervous. I've never met the gentleman. We start panicking, trying to put our clothes on. We're messing up, you know. I accidentally have her panties on. She accidentally put my panties on. It was a whole fiasco. But I got all my clothes on. We were all set before he got in the door. This is the first time I ever met the man. So, you know, I'm like, hello, officer. Nice to meet you. Shake his hand. Everything's going really well. I thought I got away with it. That was until he saw the used condom in the corner. Yeah. Before I could say anything, he starts punching me in the face, punching me in the stomach, kicking me. I'm like, buddy, give me a break. Can't you see I'm white? But that didn't stop him. That didn't stop him. Yeah. He kept kicking my ass. He finally had me on the ground, got over me. He's like, Ryan, did you learn your lesson? I'm like, yeah. Don't wear condoms. I haven't worn one since, ladies and gentlemen. I learned my lesson that day. Bad kid, like I said. I only had one good influence growing up, and that was my mom. My mom always used to read books as a kid, which was kind of the only thing that shaped me into like having any level of intelligence, because I wanted to read books, because I saw her with them. The only thing is she was always reading the same book, or at least I thought so, because they all had the same cover. It was like this guy, the same guy on the cover, he had long hair, kind of muscular, chiseled, shirt open, hair in the wind, he's on a horse, he has a sword, there's a broad on the front, sheer top, I can see her tits, castle in the background, bushes in the front. Now the men in the room look a little puzzled, and I think the older women in the room, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right? These are just mommy porn books, as it turns out. This is mommy smut, right? I thought my mom was trying to get educated. No, she was just trying to get off. She was trying to get horny. And I should have known better, but I couldn't read the titles of the books, but things were like, Surrender to the Highlander? Who is the Highlander? What are we surrendering? I'm 8 years old, Mom. She used to take those books everywhere. Doctor's office, Disney World, my basketball games. We'd be sitting there, she'd be nose deep in those books like, Mom, I know you're having fun. Could you please put the book away? Church starts in 20 minutes. I'd like to mourn Grandma here. Oh my God, she couldn't get enough of those things. And I know that because every time she finished one of these mommy smut books, she used to take these little jagged scissors, one of those little craft scissors, and she'd cut the corner off. That's how she knew she read it already. Because God forbid she read the same mommy smut twice in 1 week. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That is like the physical embodiment of, I've already watched this on Pornhub. Picture me, 11 years old, 8 years old, going to the craft store, to Marshall's with my mom to buy porn equipment. Do you guys see the contradiction here? My mom would just read these books no matter what, where she was. Picture me, sitting at that bar, nose deep in a Playboy magazine. I will get kicked out. But my mom could just read these books wherever she wanted? I don't know. When she was done with the books, this was the worst time. When she was done reading the books, she'd put them in this big Tupperware and bring them to this, like, porn swap with all my mom's friends, Morning's mom's friends, whatever. And they would trade the books. Like, some sort of weird porn swap, and I'm jealous, because I wish that existed. I would show up. I would make a pot of my famous chili. If there was some sort of potluck perspective, I would go. No, I get that's funny, but in reality, that's not a joke. That is happening right now. It's called Reddit.com. A lot of porn being traded up there. A lot of porn being traded up there. I don't know. I think I would have had a problem with the whole mommy slut situation if my grandma wasn't also reading the books. Not because she's old, because now we're just starting this generational system of mommy smut passed down from daughter to daughter, like your mother read this smut, and her mother read this smut, and her mother wrote this smut on papyrus. I mean, where does it end? I don't even know. Can you imagine the condition of those books? Wet, I'm guessing? Like, did you ever drop a textbook in the bathtub and you gotta blow it out with the hairdryer? I don't know. I never actually picked one up and read them. I don't know what they're about. The one time she accidentally left one open, she had stuff highlighted in there. Is she gonna go back? Was that like a good passage? I don't know. All I know is there's no way I'm letting my daughter keep this going. There's no way my daughter's reading those smut books. If I ever have a daughter, God forbid, she's reading 2 books. Those are Mad Libs. Honestly, the only book I've ever read is Mad Libs. But that means I read it and I helped write it. Guys, I'm Ryan, man.